Hey guys! So today I will be doing the Bump in the Night tag. I was tagged to do this by Jessie the Reader, and I promised myself I would get this done and uploaded before Halloween, and as you can see, I clearly failed. So, sorry, we're just gonna celebrate Halloween and creepy, scary books in November. Yeah! Sorry. Just in general, I kind of like all things supernatural and paranormal because I like reading about things that are just really different. But in particular, I really like reading about witches and people with like supernatural powers and can like shoot sparks from their fingers and like wave a wand and stuff. I think that's really cool. And I've also been getting back into reading like murder mysteries and serial killer type books. I forgot how much I liked reading a good mystery. And the other thing I really like reading about, although I don't really read about them, I just think they're kind of cool, is werewolves. If you would ask me this question 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh my god, vampires and Twilight and yeah. But I always just think the concept of werewolves is really cool, but I don't know a lot of books about werewolves, so I just think they're cool. I kind of wish I was one. For me personally, the scariest thing to ever be a part of, ever, comes from Divergent, which I'm sure, you know, you guys have all of you have read. Yeah, everyone's gonna know what I'm talking about. The fear landscapes that they go through in Dauntless, like, scare the crap out of me. Like, when they inject you with the serum in your neck or arm or wherever, and then you have to, like, go through and navigate your biggest fears, I would die. Because I can just picture the room of giant spiders right now, and they would eat my flesh and my face, and I would die. So never, never, no, no. I always really liked the Castor tunnels that are kind of mentioned in Beautiful Darkness and some of the later books in the Castor Chronicles. I just really think that whole underground system that kind of connects everything and has all these creepy stuff in it is really cool, even though it's definitely really dangerous at times, especially for me because I wouldn't have any special Castor powers. But I don't know, I just thought that was a really cool, scary setting that I would be okay going to visit and check it out. There's not a lot of books that I like hate and thought were terrible, but one of the books that actually did put me to sleep was Specials, which is the third book in the Ugly series, and I've tried so hard, so many times, to actually finish it. Right now I'm about 100 pages into it and I just can't go anywhere. I've been on page 100 for about a year and a half now. It actually did put me to sleep. I woke up with my iPad on my lap and I didn't remember what happened, and then I was like, oh, I was reading this book, and then I was like, oh, I'm reading this book. Ugh. So I didn't like it, and I don't know what happens, and I don't even care anymore. I don't like it. No. No. This is actually a really timely question because I'm gonna go with Allegiant. Like many of you guys, I hated the ending. I really hated the ending, and I totally admire anyone who could finish that book and say they loved it. I want to be you. I really wanted to love it, but I hated the ending, so I want to literally rip out the last 50 pages and replace it with a better ending. I really want to do that. I'm considering writing my own ending. This is not a joke. I am seriously considering it. Why, Allegiant? Why? I'm gonna go back to Beautiful Creatures here. If you haven't read Beautiful Creatures, I mean, don't listen to this question maybe because it's kind of a spoiler. Yeah, sort of. But I really wanted Seraphine to be good for just a little bit because I felt really bad for Alina to have her mother be a terrible human being. And, you know, I'd love to turn her back to being a good person so they can have that beautiful mother-daughter bond, because honestly, that kind of broke my heart. And also, Seraphine is just evil and a terrible human being, and yeah, the world could do some good with her being a better person, even though she's fictional. Still, you guys get what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with Alice from the Twilight series because I've been told that I'm kind of like Alice, and I take that as a compliment. I really liked her, so... Plus I haven't read a lot of books about vampires, so I don't have many options. Once again, the only werewolves I can really think of are the werewolves from Twilight, and I always liked Seth. He's not even in the first book. I think he comes in like New Moon or Eclipse, but he's like one of the younger guys who just comes in and you know, becomes a werewolf. And I don't know why, I just kind of liked him. I thought he was a good character. Plus he wasn't in some annoying love triangle, so that was a plus. I'm mentioning beautiful creatures a lot in this tag, and I didn't even really like that series, but I'm gonna go with Ridley because Castor and Witch are kind of the same thing, and she was sassy, and I liked her. She was cool. I always liked the basilisk from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Not that I like loved it, as in I was like, oh, you're such a great person, let me hug you. As in, I just kind of liked the idea of this giant snake that if it looked you in the eyes, you would die. And I just thought that whole monster was a really cool monster, I guess is what I'm saying. This character might not really count because they're not technically a ghost, but I always really liked the Phantom of the Opera. I just thought he was a very interesting character with a really interesting background and did a lot of interesting kind of ghostly things in the book that I really liked. So yeah. Honestly, the only recent serial killer slash murder mystery slash kind of disappearing person book that I've read is Gone Girl, and I'm not gonna mention any specific characters because I don't want to give away, you know, who's evil and who's good in that book, but kind of just all the characters in that book I liked, because everyone deceives you and everyone lies to you, and it's all surrounded around this disappearing person, potential murder, mystery type thing. So everyone in Gone Girl kind of qualifies for this one, and I like them all because they were all terrible, deceptive people, and they were fun to read about. So that is pretty much it for this tag video. In the description box thingy down below, I'm going to leave the names of a couple people who I would love to see do this tag. Even though it's past Halloween, I think it's still socially acceptable to do this. I hope. So I will leave the names of some people I would like to tag below, and please in the comments let me know what you thought of my answers. Let me know what some of your answers would be. Just let me know anything at all. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!